Good evening. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. I'm your host, Brian Taylor Bridge. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Y'all come on in for a brief moment. Want to go in for a Lyft driver, you all. Miss Dina May Terrell. Miss Dina May Terrell, you all. Condolences go out to Miss Dina May and her family, you all. Miss Dina May was senselessly killed by a 10-year-old who was getting a ride from her, you all. She is an Uber Lyft driver, not Uber Lyft, you all, but a Lyft driver, in which they does do the same work as a Uber driver, you all. Sort of a taxi cab driver, so forth and so on. But we just had a arrest made of a 19-year-old person who was allegedly the shooter, you all. This particular victim had caught in a ride from the other end of town, the other end of Michigan, which he was at a Walmart, particularly at a Walmart, and decided to catch a ride home, you all. Now, this is a very sad situation, and this where we have a young man. He is 19 years old. He has never been convicted of any kind of crime of that nature, you all. This goes to show you how it really is when these youngsters actually get these weapons into their hand, you all, because not only are they irresponsible, but they don't absolutely know what to do with it, you all. Some of these dudes, they get their first weapons, and being that they are so young, the first thing that they think of doing is robbing somebody or hurting somebody or shooting up the whole schoolhouse, you all. But like I said, this is a very, very sad case. I'm pretty sure that this young man did not purchase this particular weapon. Hey, maybe he had found it. Maybe he had just found it. Maybe he had stolen this, you all. But before I get off into the rest of this conversation, and actually had a few tips and pointers for Lyft and Uber drivers, you all, and most in particular lady Uber drivers and lady Lyft drivers, you all, so that they can be aware and have some better protection in their surrounding as well, you all. But before I get off into that, copyright disclaimer under Title 17, USC Sections 107, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit, educational, and personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use, you all. It tips to balance in favor of fair use. Like I said, it was a lot of strange things to actually go on in this situation, you all. But this is something that was Miss Dina, this was her part-time job, a side job, you all. Now, mind you, this is breast cancer month, I believe so, and the lady had just beaten breast cancer to actually get killed by a 19-year-old kid, you all. Like I said, this is very sad, so condolences go out to her family as well. Miss Dina May Terrell, you all. Condolences go out to her, and this is on behalf of Miss Dina, you all. And before, like I said, I want to read the article and share a news clipping with you all. But like I was saying before I kind of get off into that, I want to kind of discuss the like I said, the actual facts of this case, and I'm under the impression that the young man possibly did not have any gas money, did not have the proper fare for him to actually pay Miss Dina, you all. So in this situation, this young man decided he was gonna shoot her in the back of the head while she was actually driving en route to drop him off, you all. Now, mind you, in the place that he had gotten out of the car, he had actually shot the woman in back of the head, jumped out the vehicle, and fled the scene. I said the young man fled the scene pretty much, and these The officers later found his information off of her phone that was still laying in the car, you all. Now, mind you, this was not a robbery. I said that this was not a robbery. This was nothing that he intended to do for a profit gain or none of this magnitude. He had only needed a ride from one location to the next, you all. This is what's so sad and senseless about this particular incident, you all, because this woman had a very nice aura about herself, and from what I understand from her friends and people around her, she was a very nice person, you all. So had this young man proceeded to tell her, ma'am, I apologize, I don't have no money, or something of this magnitude, perhaps this lady would have not charged him. Perhaps she would have had paid the fare out of her own pocket, but he did not allow her the opportunity to even give him the benefit of the doubt. So this is what particularly bothered me about this situation, you all. Like I said, it's a very sad and disgusting for him to shoot this lady in the back of her head, and she is not knowing absolutely what is going on. Besides, she is possibly having a good conversation with him about his day, or something that normal taxi cab people, questions that normal cab people ask you all. Like I said, the young man was way out of line and out of pocket, and he absolutely deserves to be punished, you all. I said he absolutely deserved to be punished. I'm not sure if this is some kind of mental case or some kind of mental case that may have broken down in this particular man, but from what is given from all the records that the police have, like I said, he has never ever been in trouble before. And like I said, for a young man to reach the age of 19 and particularly be a native black American in this particular land, you all, and not be on some form of probation or some form of some kind of perhaps domestic violence or anything that these young these young generation type of young men actually get off into, you all. Like I said, he has never been in trouble before, and this is one of the strangest moments that I had seen in a while, you all. Like I said, I have been blessed to been able to, cover some different news topics, some different, some different subjects, different subject matters, you all. But like I said, I'm more than sure that this man did not have enough to actually pay this woman, and this was the reason why he proceeded to shoot her in the back of the head. Like I said, this is very sad to actually see, because like I said, it's two people that had actually lost their lives, you all. But like I said, this is past senseless, and it's something that absolutely needs to be done and addressed within this younger generation, you all. Like I said, some of these things is very hard to kind of imagine or even think about for a brief moment. If you kind of go deeper into the actual cause of things, you all. Like I said, I'm not sure if this young man was on drugs. I know she picked him up early in the morning, but let me get off into the actual article so it can further explain to you what I'm actually attempting to say, you all. It said Lyft driver allegedly killed by a 19-year-old passenger was a breast cancer survivor. This is what she actually was, you all. It said Pontiac, Michigan, the suspect in the fatal shooting of the Lyft driver found inside her vehicle by a person police say was given a ride has been charged. So like I said, the young man has been charged. It said the 19-year-old passenger, Kamari Phillips, is charged with open murder, you all. It said police said he shot his driver, 49-year-old Dina Mae Terrell, a breast cancer survivor, in the back of the head. It said it's senseless, and now 2 lives are ruined and the families are ruined, you all. And said Kevin Weathers, a friend of terror, you all, Phillips from the Pontiac was denied bond and will stay in jail after allegedly shooting May fatal at 5 a.m. on Friday. So again, this happened at 5 in the morning on Friday. Like I said, and this is also another thing that's very unsafe for these lady Uber drivers in particular, you all. It says she was apparently taking him from the Walmart in Auburn Hills to Pontiac to too far from the final destination, where she was found murdered at the corner of Prutman and Rundell, you all. Prutman and Rundell. It said Oakland County Sheriff deputies using the victim's phone and route to lead them to where Phillips lived. They said, I saw a Lyft driver got shot, and I thought, oh my God, that's terrible, said Weathers. And then later that day, come to find out, it was someone I knew closely, a person, and personally, you all. It said it shocked me and hurt me badly. It said Weathers is a co-worker and close friend to Dina, who lived in East Point, you all. It said her family says they don't understand the motive till purse and jewelry was left untouched, and the robbery was not the motive. It said, and he has no prior criminal charges. They want her to be remembered as a cancer survivor, a beloved mother, and a grandmother, and a friend, you all, and a dear friend. It said this shows you how something or someone you know personally can be gone one moment by something so senseless. Well, they said, you all, and like I said again, that Wesley guy was her friend, you all. He was also a Lyft driver, her co-worker. And I do have a brief clip also that I would like to share on behalf of Miss Dina, you all. So I'll be sharing it also.
Terrell just survived a very aggressive form of breast cancer, only to be shot and killed while driving for Lyft, just trying to make a little extra money.
It's senseless, and now 2 lives are ruined and 2 families are ruined.
Shock and awe at just how cold this murder was, allegedly carried out by a teenager. That's 19-year-old Kamari Phillips in court on Tuesday, charged with open murder.
I am going to deny bond at this time.
He'll stay in jail. The teen from Pontiac accused of shooting his Lyft driver in the back of the head last Friday around 5 in the morning. She was apparently taking him from the Walmart in Auburn Hills to Pontiac, not too far from the final destination. Dina was murdered at the corner of Putnam and Rundell. Oakland County Sheriff's deputies using the victim's phone and route on Lyft to lead them to where Phillips lives.
I seen the Lyft driver got shot. I'm like, oh my God, that's terrible. And then later in the day, come to find out it was somebody I knew closely and personally. It really shocked me and hurt me badly.
Kevin Weathers is a co-worker and close friend to Dina, who lived in East.
And so, like I say, you know, that's very senseless, you know, and that's a very senseless act, you know, to shoot anyone in the back, let alone the back of the head, you know. I hope the young man absolutely pay for his crime, you all. This is one dangerous thing, to be actually have someone behind you that you don't know from Adam or Eve, you know. They are actually standing behind you or possibly riding behind you in one of these Lyft vehicles or possibly an Uber vehicle, y'all. So, like I said, my main intentions was to kind of bring awareness to this kind of situation. For particularly Lyft drivers and lady Lyft drivers, that you all be aware of the people that you are picking up. Kind of look them down, look them over, ask them if they have any weapons on them, because you do not accept or give rise to people with weapons. You know, this is one thing I would ask. I also put a link in the bottom of the description with these extended rearview mirrors, you all. They are extended mirrors, which particularly from one door frame to the other door frame, or across the whole top of your front mirror, you all. It would be a rear view mirror extension, sort of say, and this would kind of give you a better view of the people who are actually sitting behind you, you all. Like I said, I know this is a good side job. It's a good full-time job for a lot of people to actually be able to do this, but it's a very dangerous job for women, might I say, especially in the night hours, you all. So if you are a lady that has to particularly drive it for these type of companies, it's better that you all drive in the daytime, where you can be safely seen. And like I said, this was a sad situation. And, I'm pretty sure that some ladies, if you were driving alone in this type of situation, it'd be good to get a thing of mace, or possibly get your gun license. But I would definitely have a thing of mace. In this situation, it was nothing that she could actually do, you all, because she was shot unknowingly in the back of the head, so this was nothing that she could have possibly prepared for. But like I said, to actually ask people if they have weapons on them, ask them different things of that nature. And if you are pulling up to one of these particular customers and they may seem frightening to you, may seem intimidating to you, may give you particularly a bad feeling, then it's okay to cancel these particular routes or these particular drives, you all. This is what I am aware of. That you can cancel if these people are actually not in a location, or something that you may also feel threatened by, you all. Like I said, I just want to come on and kind of give my condolences to Miss Dina, you all. This is another young man who has absolutely lost his life. There was no reason to actually do such a thing like this. Like I said, he could have been short maybe a few dollars on actually being able to fully pay for his cab fee, and he failed to do that. And instead of doing it, he decided to take a one's life, you all. And this is nothing that's ever acceptable. I said that is ever acceptable, unless you are actually saving the life of yourself or your family, you are protecting these particular, one of the particular reasons. Like I said, I didn't want to tarry too long on this. Condolences to Miss Dina again and her family. Go out first, Christ came. Peace. Yeah.